Hello, my name's Dave Ford and this is Logan the Whippet, out once again on a walk in the New Forest. Today we're at the village of Brockenhurst in Hampshire and we'll be taking a circular route, about 4 miles or so. I'll put the map on screen. Along the way we'll be coming across some unusual mounds and some fields, a historic hotel, a wonderful butterfly route and a few other surprises along the way. So do join us. Logan, are you ready? He's ready. Let's go. Well, we're going to start our walk at Brockenhurst Cricket Club, a cute little clubhouse, and I'll turn the camera around so that you can see. The busy road behind me is the A337, which goes from Brockenhurst to Lyndhurst. Brockenhurst itself is a village. It's the largest village in the New Forest, and it's to the west of Southampton. And you've got a lovely cricket pitch here with some cows out there. Very old. It's been here since 1797. But what I wanted to show you was this rather impressive hotel just to the right, called the Balmer Lawn Hotel. Very much an impressive reminder of the days of country houses built in the early 20th century. It was actually built on a site of an earlier bungalow that was called the Holt, presumably because there was maybe otters in the nearby river. The Lymington River just passes here. But the hotel itself was used as a World War I field hospital. And then in the Second World War it was used as an army staff college, before finally being used as a base for planning for the Normandy invasion. Indeed, some top secret papers were found about 5 years ago or so underneath some floorboards, but it's had some very famous people there: Winston Churchill, Dwight Eisenhower. But it reverted back to being a normal hotel in the 1940s, and it survived a major fire in the 1970s. Anyway, we're going to leave this busy road behind us and actually head out into the forest and start our walk properly. Well folks, you never know what to expect in the New Forest. I was just walking away from the hotel and I could hear this very strange noise in the background, and there's a classic car convention going on. I know nothing about classic cars, but it's been wonderful watching them go by. In fact, there's another one that's just about to move off now, so I'll turn the camera around. Let's go and have a look. Just the old and the new side by side. Oh gosh, there's 2 of them coming. I think they're run by steam, you know. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And we've got another one over here waiting to go off by the looks of things. Morning. Are they steam?
Yeah, that's it.
They are lovely. Absolutely beautiful.
We're running on genuine water.
Oh really?
Yeah, yes.
Where are you off to today?
I have no idea.
You've no idea. That makes.
There in the New Forest.
That,
Rainbow
yeah.
House currently.
Oh.
Rainbow House, yeah.
How old is she?
1940.
1940.
Quite a late one.
Lovely.
Oh.
Absolutely beautiful.
Up towards Salisbury, between Crawley and Salisbury.
Well, have a nice day.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Isn't that lovely? Lovely. Oh. Oh. Well, I've now just come to the other side of the Balmer Lawn Hotel, on the eastern side, to a place it's quite a wide open space called Balmer Lawn. It was originally called Palmer's Lawn up until the 19th century. But I'll just pan around. It can get very wet here, but as a result the grazing is extremely good, so it gets attracted by the livestock. But what I wanted to show you is, look at these little mounds, almost like pimples. I don't know if you can see in the distance. The whole area is just covered in these little, as I said, dimples or pimples. There's different theories as to what they are. It's some people think it's just the area has been intensely grazed and it's purple moorgrass tussocks. But another theory is that they've been made by hordes of yellow meadow ants that colonise this drying land, but abandoned as the drains that the commoners put in lost their effectiveness, and it's become a little bit wetter. But quite strange. Well, we're quite open out here, so we're going to head for the rest of the walk pretty much all the time in woodland. So the temperature is spot on. We're filming mid-September, and it's about, I don't know, 13-14 degrees. I ought to tell you, if you see that I'm walking a little gingerly, 2 days ago I took part in the New Forest 10k along with a couple of thousand other runners, and I'm still recovering. It wasn't too bad, but I managed to fall over halfway around, so that's why I've got these cuts and bruises everywhere. I think I'll stick to walking in the future. We've just had this lovely walk, nearly a mile or so I would say, along this this driftway. It's about 40 metres wide with forests on either side. And we've just come to the top of a hill, and we have come across a stock pound, as you can see. I think I explained what these were in a previous video, but basically, well, there's something like 5,000 ponies across the whole of the New Forest, and once a year they have to be rounded up. Not all at once, I hasten to add. They do it in about 30 drifts across the forest, and they round them up, corral them down these drifts, and then they get held in these pens, or stock pounds as they're called, and it allows the commoners and the owners of the ponies to check them over for health and what have you. And as I say, we're filming mid-September, so this is the time of year that the drifts normally happen. And indeed, if you look back on my video of Bewley Road, you'll see a clip where Logan and I actually got caught up accidentally in one of the drifts. As I normally, it's best practice, if you see signs that say the drift is in the area, it's best just to stay away. I was fortunate when I was doing the filming that I was supervised by a couple of the marshals, and I was in a safe area. If you haven't seen it, check it out, because it was quite breathtaking. Right, we are now going to head in that direction. Well, I've just come across something called the Frohawk ride. let me tell you a little bit more about it. There is actually a little plaque here, but I'll point the camera in the right direction. It's basically a track that's it was designated back in 1995 by the Forestry Commission to well, commemorate it was dedicated, should I say, to the memory of the naturalist Frederick William Frohawk, who lived from 1861 to 1946, and he was basically a butterfly expert. Now I'm going to have to consult my notes here, folks, because I'm not a butterfly expert and I don't have this off the top of my head. So here goes. If you're a butterfly expert, these are the types of butterflies you can see along here: the silver washed fritillary, the Valesina variant, the very rare pearl bordered fritillary, white admirals, brimstones, speckled woods and ringlets. Now this might not be the best time of year to see butterflies, but I did see some information that suggested that there are still some around in September and October. So we're going to have a little wander through here and keep our eyes peeled. Come on, Logan. We have a butterfly of sorts. You can see it there. Not too close before you flutter off. Very well camouflaged, that's for sure. Well, we did find one after all. I did mention that the Forestry Commission had designated the area. I only realised the other day that the Forestry Commission are celebrating their centenary. It was back in 1919 that the government established it, primarily to sort out the problem of growing some more trees after the First World War. And indeed, I think I'm correct in saying that in the Second World War, 25% of all the timber used by the Forestry Commission for the war effort came from the New Forest. Let me turn the camera around so that you can get an idea of what we're seeing. Beautiful. Still some blackberries coming out, which Logan quite likes to enjoy. A little rowan tree, at least I think that's what it is. And we've got a mixture of beech trees and oak trees. Really is quite pretty. And what's lovely about this place, it's so peaceful. I don't think I've come across another human being yet on the walk, and I've been walking a good hour or so, and you really can get lost, not physically, but you can let your mind wander. And then from time to time you'll come across a cycle track, and that brings you back to earth, reminds you of humanity in a good way, I suppose, because if you find a cycle track it helps you get your bearings, because it's quite easy to get lost in here. We're about halfway around our walk at the moment, and the weather's beautiful. So I've only got a shirt with shirt sleeves on today, no flies, just the right temperature. Logan's styling, got a really good dog walk as well. Let's see if we can get our blackberry for you. Oh, there we go. What do you think about that? Is that good? Get another one. Not very big at the moment, but there we go. Alright. T-brake over, come on. Well, we're nearly close to the end of our walk. Come across this terrific tree. Extraordinary shape. Actually, I'm not that sure it's alive. It has got some leaves on it at the top, but they're brown. Just seems a little early in the season to be having brown leaves, but an extraordinary shape nonetheless. Well, we're going to head back into the village of Brockenhurst now. There's a pub that I want to see, but I probably won't film there. It's called the Snakecatcher pub. Originally it was called the Railway Inn because it's right by the railway crossing there, but it's changed its name some years ago, named after a chap called Harry Brusher Mills, who was the local snake catcher in the forest. What he used to do, he used to go out into the forest and catch adders and grass snakes and smooth snakes, and he'd store them in a dustbin, and then from time to time he'd send them off up to London Zoo, and they'd be fed live to king cobras. He got his name Brusher Mills because he used to literally brush the cricket pitch, which is where we started our walk from. He was born in 1840, he died in 1905, and he is buried in the local church. So we'll just carry on and make our way finally out of this forest. Well folks, we've come to the end of our walk. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and hopefully you'll be able to join us for another walk sometime in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching and cheerio. You seen a squirrel? He's seen a squirrel. Come on.